In this video, we look at white's gambits after 1 e4 e5. So why should we learn gambit? It teaches us a rapid development with aggressive intentions. So the first one that comes to my mind is f4. It is called king's gambit, and it's a very aggressive, aiming at the f7 weak square. So how can black counter this opening? There are Falkbeer counter gambit with the d5 is a very respectable opening. And now the next gambit that we're going to suggest is to go for the move d4. This is called the center game. And if he takes it, now if queen takes queen, queen takes the pawn, then this is called the center game. And after black goes knight to c6, and now one good move is queen to e3. It may look like a strange square for the queen, but that's only a temporary measure. Soon white will play knight to c3, queen d2, and a queenside castles. Now later in the game, the queen can go to g3 and start hitting at the g7 or the king side. So that is a center game for us. So now the point is, what if he's not going to capture after the move d4? Let's say after the capture d4. Now we have the move, that is the Danish gambit with the move c3, and that is again a very aggressive opening. The idea being after to take it, after knight takes c3, and now look at the development now. All the bishop's lines are open, the knight is already controlling the center, the pawn is on the center already. So this is one of the very hyper aggressive opening, and in some way this is a dubious opening that not to be recommended, but we should know how to play this and how to play against the gambit. Now the next one that I would like to mention is knight to c3, the Vienna game, and the gambit arises after the next move f4. And now if he takes it, so we got an idea of a king's gambit, but with the move inclusion of knight to c3. So that is one of the favorite of our first world champion Wilhelm Steins. So after e4 e5, now another way is to go for another gambit. So after knight to f3, which is the best move, knight to c6, and now d4, we have if pawn takes pawn, then we have the bishop c4. So this is called the Scotch gambit. So that is one way to play it. And now there is another idea without bishop to c4, that is called the move c3. So we have a name for this. This is the Goring gambit. Once again, a very aggressive opening system that white has. So these are the openings. Now let's say there is one more one I wanted to mention after knight to we have 3 and knight to c6, bishop to c4, and now after bishop to c5 we have the Italian, and now b4 advanced gambit. Again a very respectable opening and a very sound one. It is not fully refuted, and it's a good way to play. Let's say after bishop takes c3, which is forced. Now after c3 there is a big line with the bishop to f5, and the side line is bishop to e7. So you want to try, then you can definitely try all these openings. Out of all these things, the most respectable is the Evans gambit. So I hope white will get an idea after the move e4 e5 and the gambit that white has in its disposal. Now there is bishop to c4, we have bishop's opening, and now we can play. This is also again a very interesting line. Okay, that's all. Thank you.